Hey everyone, today I'm showing you how to make my high protein Mediterranean chickpea salad with a few tweaks because there are a few ingredients in a traditional chickpea salad that I don't like, such as tomatoes and olives. Feel free to switch up any of the ingredients. I'm going to show you my homemade dressing, but this is super easy, it's quick, it lasts in the fridge for a good 5 to 7 days, and it's packed with protein. And I'll have this for lunch with maybe a couple of those Rivita crackers, and it's very filling and keeps me feeling satisfied until dinner time. And it's also a great meatless option. So let's go over the ingredients that you're going to need. So you're going to need two 19-ounce or 540 milliliter cans of chickpeas. I buy the Walmart brand, and if I can get the no salt or low sodium version, I prefer that because the less salt I can have in my diet, the better. And then I will just rinse them. I'll let them just strain in the sink in a strainer while I'm chopping up the vegetables. You're also going to need some olive oil, balsamic vinegar, a bit of honey, some parsley. You can use fresh if you like. I like to use the freeze-dried or the dry. Some black pepper, some sea salt, and then you're going to need 1 English cucumber, 2 bell peppers, and a red onion. And you're going to also need some feta cheese. And I like to buy the feta cheese in a block. I just prefer buying it that way, but if you want to buy it already broken up or crumbled, that's fine too. And feel free, to switch up any ingredients. So I'm gonna start by making the dressing, and then we'll put that aside, and then when everything's all chopped up, we can just, put the salad together. We're gonna start with a 1/3 cup of olive oil. I have 1.5 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, and then I'm just gonna use a tiny little bit of liquid honey. I usually just do this by eye, but I'll measure it out. About 1/2 teaspoon of liquid honey. And then we're just going to whisk this all together. I like this ratio, but feel free to tweak things. I can really taste the balsamic vinegar, and I like that. But if you don't like the taste of balsamic vinegar, you could substitute it for red wine vinegar, or you could just cut back the amount of balsamic vinegar. I think that this is going to be enough dressing because I don't like my salad sopping. But if you want more dressing, then just double everything. So I'm literally just going to do like a couple of grinds, very little sea salt, just a couple of grinds of the black pepper. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of fresh freeze-dried parsley. And then we're going to whisk this up again. I have about 1/3 cup of dressing, so we're just going to put that aside for now. Okay, so I'm just going to chop up the cucumber. I have washed it and cut off both ends. And then I'm going to divide each quarter of the cucumber into 3. If you like your stuff finely chopped, chop it the way you like it. I prefer chunks whenever I do my salads or my soups. I don't like things finely chopped. So as I chop things, I just put them in the bowl. I like to cut up my peppers. I take the middle part out and then I wash them. Doesn't matter the color or the type of bell pepper. So there's the cucumber, 2 bell peppers. So I went ahead and I peeled this onion. I'm not going to put the whole onion in. So I would say this is probably like a small to medium sized red onion. So I'm just going to cut it probably in 1/3. And then I'm just going to put the rest of this away for another recipe. I love my little chopper because it is so quick and it does such a great job, and I don't end up crying whenever I'm doing my onions. So I like to just cut things into a smaller size, and you just put it in here, push down, and it chops the onion. This is a wonderful, wonderful machine. The onions are uniformly chopped, and I didn't cry. Now I'm just going to take a spoon and just stir everything together. And now I'm just going to give our dressing another quick whisk before I put it on. I think this is going to be enough dressing for me, but if you want more, feel free to put more on. Let's just stir everything. Get everything nice and evenly coated. I can really smell the balsamic. Okay, this is more than enough dressing for me, but like I said, if you want your stuff like really saturated, feel free to increase the amounts. Follow the amounts that I gave you at the start as a guide and then go from there, because you want to get the ratio right. You don't want like too much olive oil or too much of the balsamic or the red wine vinaigrette, whatever it is you choose to use. This is also a handy thing to have when you're chopping stuff. I'll link it below. Okay, so now we're gonna put some feta cheese in. And honestly, I don't really measure. Like I said, when I cook from my head. So I'm just trying to give you like a rough idea. So we'll start with this chunk. Obviously, it's not going to be enough. So I broke off 3 chunks. I'm just gonna roughly cut it up and then I'll measure it for you so I can give you a measurement. You know, you don't have to cut it up. You can just wait and just put, you know, bigger size pieces in and then just take the pieces out and put it in your bowl when you're ready to eat. I like to chop everything up and then it's good to go. Doesn't have to be exact, just as long as you break them up. So it worked out to about roughly 1 cup of feta cheese. So then I'm just gonna put it in with the salad. I'll give it a quick stir, and then we're just gonna put everything into this dish that I'll store it in the fridge. Okay, so you can see I had enough to fill this Corningware dish that has a lid. I love these. And if I was making this probably as my main meal, say if I was really hungry, I'd probably eat this amount. You could also add more protein by adding a little bit of chicken on top if you wanted to. But the way that I would eat it would be I'd just eat it by itself, and then I would have like 2 of those Ryvita crackers that I showed you. Now, I'll put everything below in the description box and in the pinned comment. I will write out the recipe and the dressing using like the measurements that I used to make this today. But doesn't that look delicious and healthy, and it's so quick and easy to make. So normally I like to let this sit in the fridge for at least 4 hours before I eat it, or even overnight. But we'll just give it a quick taste and see what it tastes like. Try and get a little bite of everything. So that was delicious. If you want to see more healthy recipes that I'm using to help me lose weight at 56 years old, please subscribe and give this video a like, and let me know in the comments if you want to see more healthy living, healthy cooking recipes. If you haven't subscribed, I hope that you will consider doing so. I upload at least 2, but most weeks 3 videos a week. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope that you enjoy this recipe if you make it. Bye.